Hello and welcome to Words from a Black Woman's Experience. I am your host, Cherlnell Lane, and I am bearing my soul to heal yours. And I am the founder of Cherlnell Lane LLC, where we help you use your words. Words from a Black Woman's Experience was created to highlight Black women's stories. We have shared experiences, but we experience them in different ways. Our perspectives are unique. I have created a space where Black women can be themselves boldly and unapologetically. We talk about connections, what has happened in their lives, the things they've learned, and the message they want to leave with the audience. I feel that words are one of the most powerful tools on earth, whether written, spoken, signed, sung, read, or performed. And these are words from a Black woman's experience. Thank you for coming. This week, we are speaking with Earnestine Battles in an episode called The Blessing of Being the Black Sheep. That right there alone is a word. But let me tell you a little bit about Ernestine. Ernestine Battles is the embodiment of love and selflessness. Ernestine is a graduate of Hyde Park High School and attended Kennedy King College. She is a loving daughter, sister, single mother of 4 biological children, and countless other community children, grandmother of 6, aunt and friend. Most of Ernestine's life has been in the culinary arts and caring for family members in need. In 2019, she retired after 23 years in the school food service industry, feeding Chicago's youth and planting seeds of love and encouragement within them. Ernestine has been the rock of her family for years, sacrificing, uplifting, and supporting in any way she could. In 2018, she was honored and awarded a Melanated Queen Mothers Award at the Melanated Queens Awards, honoring women for servant leadership. And in 2019, Ernestine was honored and awarded for her dedication in caregiving with the AC Greens Ernestine Erling Greens Caregiver Award. Excuse me. Now she is embarking on a brand new journey of spreading love. In 2020, Ernestine created and launched her brand, Love is Rooted in Happiness. She also created and launched her web-based show, A Mother's Love. Out of the shadows and into the light, Ernestine is using her new platform to engage community, spread love, offer support, and be a blessing to others, as she has always done. I just want to help somebody. Ernestine Battles. Let's welcome Miss Ernestine Battles to the show. Hello, Miss Ernestine Battles. How are you?
I am fine. I am beautiful and I am blessed. How are you, Cherlnell Lane?
I am good. Thank you so very much for coming on this show. We really appreciate you and we want to honor you and your story tonight by giving you the space to be who you are, say what you feel, and just share lessons with us. So we are literally at your feet to learn from you. on this episode. So I am so honored that you're here.
Thank
I
you
will.
for inviting me.
Oh, you're of course you're welcome. You're welcome. I would be remiss if I did not take the time to honor and acknowledge that today is Martin Luther King Day. And most of the people spend today as a day of service, and that is in honor of Martin Luther King's message of equality and service, and his life as a service to for civil rights and just Black people and getting equality. So I want to honor that, and I also
Yes.
want to say that Martin Luther King, even without his "I Have a Dream" speech, um, he laid the groundwork for even just young people who watched him um dream bigger, you
Yes.
know. And young people, I'm talking about young people, they don't always get the gravity of what somebody is doing because they're children, but they can see how you carry yourself. They can see your position, your rank, and that doesn't always mean like manager, president, whatever, but your rank in where you rank yourself among others. And he was that example. So that's one of the things that I take away. We know he was did a lot for civil rights. We know that he Mars was on Selma. We know all these things, and I am not diminishing them. But that is one of the things that I don't think has really been talked about, is that even now the effects of who he was and what he did, his stature, so to
Yes.
say, has inspired people, because even as a kid, I didn't live through that era. I'm sorry, having camera issues. But
Yes.
I didn't live through that era. But I still understand.
Well, um, I'm gonna talk a little bit while she is getting herself together.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay.
But I still want you to talk. I want your opinions and your take on Martin Luther King Day.
Okay. I was just gonna talk a little bit while you was getting your side together. And I was going to say, yes, his stature, what he meant to us as a people. And even at my age, because I remember WBON some years ago, when I was a young girl, had a thing, and they wanted to know, how did you feel about Martin Luther King and how he handled things. So I remember calling the radio station. I had to be about maybe 10 or 11 at that time. And I asked I said, well, I like that he brought us together and us together in peace. And then, I mean, and they asked me my age, I guess because I sounded young, and I told them what my age was. And the man said, well, in other words, how would I understand being the age that I was? And that kind of offended me because I knew who he was. And at that time, that's how we treated younger people. Like they did not understand what was going on. But I was here. I may have been a little girl when he had got assassinated, but I was here. I was here when he was marching, and I was here when he was assassinated, and I had an opinion. So
Absolutely.
I can imagine what the young people like you and the people beyond you, like my grandchildren, will feel about Martin Luther King in this day and time. And just because they are younger, do not mean that they don't understand the things that he did for them, because
Mhm.
he didn't do it just for his generation at that time. He paved a way for our children and grandchildren and the children to come. So, and we still fighting that race right now today. So I
Absolutely.
think, and the young people are the ones that's out there.
In the
They're out
charge.
there marching, they're out there fighting, and we cannot tell them that they don't understand what's going on with them today. I mean, that's another blessing in being the black sheep. So that's all I wanted to say about that. But we'll let you continue.
Thank you. The your comments was spot on. Like I really appreciate that. One of the things since we were talking about young people and how young people can be affected at a young age and know what's going on. I remember the first time that I recognized that I was really a writer. I believe it was like first grade because I was going to West Pullman, and I wrote something on Martin Luther King,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody was like freaking out. The teachers, the teachers was like taking it to other teachers, like, you got to read this for them. And I had that for a long time. I don't know if I still have it, but I carried that paper around with me forever, and it's still on the big blocks that the kindergartners write on, like with
Mm-hmm.
pencil. And I kept that paper so long because I was like, this is my first piece that I wrote. So even then, like first grade, I was writing meaningful, thoughtful pieces about him and the impact that he had. So you're absolutely right. Children and young people are leading the charge. So we have
Yes.
to support them and aid to them. And don't forget not to, just because they're leading the charge, they still need our wisdom. And I just mean I'm a young mother. You're still a young mother. But as we go up, we get more wisdom. So the people under us still need the wisdom. So speaking of young mothers, I would like to go into a section that I call connection.
Mm-hmm.
And so we talk about our connections. So my connection to Miss Ernestine Battles is that she is my mother. So not only is she this wonderful, awesome, talented, accomplished, caring, and supporting person, she also gave birth to this fabulous, talented, caring, accomplished, wonderful, supporting person. So that's our first connection. Our other connection is that she gave me an example of a woman who went through all odds. Like she took care of us and made sure we had, and make sure that we wasn't really stressed about what was going on. She was never one to be like, y'all don't know how this gonna happen. I don't know how we gonna eat next month. And I'm not saying she like sheltered us, but she let us be kids. Um, and as we got older, like of course you learn more and more. But as kids, we were just kids. We thought we had the world. And we had snacks all the time from the snack cabinet.
We kept plenty of food, okay? Food and
We
snacks.
got the food. But yeah, so I just remember that. I remember you just being a caring person, not only to us, but to your elders, to to the children around you, to family, to people who weren't your family, to strangers, and I think that is one of the big reasons why I strive so much to care for people and help people and support people because of your example. So so yeah. Um so that is our connection. Oh, the other connection before I let you talk about our connection is we were born 20 years apart.
Yeah.
And I am 38 and she is 59. But I'm like, 59 where? Because I don't see it. Do y'all see it? Because she is beautiful, young, and vibrant. I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Oh, no
I thank you.
problem, ma'am. No problem. Yeah, so you are up, ma'am. Share your thoughts.
Okay. Well, my experience is yes, she is my firstborn child that I love so much. I mean, when I looked at her when she was first born, I was like, I can't have no baby prettier than this. This then broke the mold right here. But she all I saw was love. I think I wrote that and I said all I saw was love in them little eyes, and I didn't think that I could do anything better when I had her. And I thank God for her. And she has been a joy to me from day one. And like she said, she started off real early writing and talking and asking questions. And I mean, her imagination was full. I mean, real full. And she was making up stories. And when she got older, she would read books and we would sit at the kitchen table and she would tell us what happened in that book today. And if she hadn't read but one or two chapters, we'd be like, huh? What? We gotta wait till tomorrow dinner, and she read the book so fast sometimes that we had to wait 2 weeks before the next one came out. So she's
That
just been
Christopher Pike Glass Vampire.
yes, she has been a joy to us as a family, and I love her so much. So
Thank you.
that's my take on that.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. I love you, love you, love you.
Yeah.
So getting into that. So you have talked about so many things already and given us a glimpse into who you are. I would really like to know, we start off every interview part of the section with what's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is it's from the Bible. It's from Luke 1:37, and it is for with God nothing shall be impossible. That was my favorite quote from the time I read it because I know that I can do, and that helped me teach you all that you can do anything up under this sun. It is possible because we had God on our side. So that's my favorite quote. And anytime anybody asks me, that is the quote I give them.
That is so awesome and such a meaningful quote. It's power in that, it's power in that, definitely. So, you wanted to come to us today to talk about the blessing of being the black sheep.
Yes.
I am so excited to hear this story because the title alone just like sends shivers, down me. And I want to take this moment to just say, on words from a Black woman's experience, I do not pick the topics. I do not invite guests on and be like, okay, this is what we need to talk about. I give them free reign to pick which experience they would like to share, and pick a title. They pick their quotes, everything. So this is all Ernestine Battles, and she came up with the blessing of being the Black sheep, which is an awesome, awesome topic. And I am going to ask you, are you a Black sheep?
I definitely am a Black sheep.
when did you when did you find out that you were a Black sheep, and how?
Well, as a little girl, being around my family, I heard my mom and them talking about they treat us as if we are the Black sheep. But then it was something negative. It was not a positive thing. Years later, I mean many years later, I was thinking about that Black sheep thing, and I thought about my mom, and I thought about the things that she did to inspire us to be more. She told us that we could be more. She showed us that we could be more. Uh, Back in the day, I was talking to somebody earlier. Back in the day, they didn't make much money because I didn't make much money. Because I remember my first job, I made $1 and something, and it went up to $2 an hour. My very first job, and I had 3 children at that time. But she taught us how to the best that she knew, which was she worked every day. She took care of her home. She took care of us. She made sure we had something to eat. She made sure we had clothes. We were clean. Our home was clean. And she would tell us that things like you can do it. You go to school, because she was the oldest of 6 children that didn't have the opportunity to go to class like all the rest of the children, because she had to stay at home and take care of the house and the children while her father and mother worked out in the field and stuff. So, and then when they had jobs working for white people as they maids or in restaurants or things of that sort. But she taught us that hard work, education can move us up. And to me, it was a building block that we done. That's how I came up with the being a Black sheep was a blessing. It was a blessing because it made us want to show ourselves more than what people seen us as. Now, if you looked up the definition of a Black sheep, it don't say it's an animal that's black, okay? It says a member of your family or group who regards you as being a disgrace to them. That's the meaning of a Black sheep.
Wow.
Okay. So it made me start thinking about, why does everything that is black is something bad?
You better
Why
say that.
why does it have to be something bad? They say a black cat cross you, you got bad luck. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They say if you're a disgrace to the family, you're a Black sheep.
Absolutely.
They raised us up, society, into telling us that everything that was black was bad, it was lazy, It couldn't do nothing. You're dumb. You're stupid. Things of that sort, because that's what they wanted us to think. They wanted us to think that being black and everything black was bad. It's not bad. I'm going to tell you. And they knew it wasn't bad. They wanted to keep us in that mindset that we would not see that we were smarter than they were.
Absolutely.
Okay? And majority of the things that go on here today, we invented a lot of them. Majority was black, but they wanted to keep us down by telling us we wasn't nothing. Then they wanted to keep us down by separating us from our families, our lives, our not giving us proper education and things like that. That helped us feel like, oh, maybe we ain't black, is just Yes. But black is beautiful, baby. Absolutely. Black is beautiful. It's smart. It's intelligent. I mean, you learn. They took our building blocks and they knocked us over. But them same building blocks, we're going to pick up and we're going to stack them on one of the other till we build ourselves right back up to what they tried to tear us down from. And that's family, that's society, that's the world we live in today. I mean, just like I said, our children now are the ones who are standing up and fighting for the right to do what is owed to them and belong to them. Absolutely. So this is where black sheep become blessings, baby. Every time somebody try to put you down and they figure you were that black sheep, you show them all them blessings that is a thorn to you. You are intelligent. Yes. We invent, we create, and we send it out to the world. Absolutely. And as long as they can make you feel like what you're doing is nothing, they think they winning. They're not winning, baby. I don't care if it's your family. Wow. I don't care where it coming from. You hold your head up and build those boxes up higher and higher. Every level of children, I build my child up. My mother built me up. I tell my children that it is nothing that they cannot do. I told Cherlnell when she was 4, she could be the president of the United States, and I was looking for it. You did. We build them up. We tell them they can do. You will do. Yes. And now we tell them they have done. Because being a black sheep is a good thing. It is not nothing bad. We're going to change that definition on that. Change the narrative. Come on. We're going to change that definition on being a black sheep, baby. Everything black is going to be good. You better believe. It's not going to be bad. Yes. So I think about that all the time. And I think about my children and my grandchildren and my godchildren and everything and everybody that's around us. We have to uplift ourselves and not let them think that we're nothing. Right. That we're nothing. Because when people call you a black sheep, they're trying to take something from you. And when they're trying to take something from you, they're trying not to let you see the weakness that's within them.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what I want you to think about when times like that arrives in your life. It may not be called by a word. It may not be called by you a black sheep. It may not be that. It may be people trying to belittle you in other ways. Remember who you are, whose you are, and what you can do, and what the people done to get you where you at right now today.
Well,
What they have done to get you in that position. So I mean, this really this really did something to me, because once I started thinking about this black sheep and its blessings, I started thinking about a whole lot of things. It started off being the black sheep of the family.
okay.
Because, you know, to me, I had an uncle, they called him Mr. Burt Williams. He was the oldest of my great grandmother's children. He was my grandfather, Love Williams' big brother. He had a lot of things. I mean, I don't know how he came by it. He had a lot of buildings, houses, and things like that. That's how the black sheep became in my family. We were treated as black sheep because he had everything. He had a lot of things, you know. And so that's where that came from in my family. But the strength of the black sheep showed them that it was not something that was going to bring us down, but it was something that was going to lift us up. And that's how we had to go with it. I mean, after I did that, thinking it was going to be about family, it became about us as a race. It became, this is what they've been doing to us all our life.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, this is what they did to us. Because when we was over in Africa, baby, we was queens and kings. They weren't telling you it. They wasn't telling you that. And they don't tell you that right now today. We was queens and kings. We had everything. And what did they do? They came over and taught us and taught us that we wasn't nothing. They beat us. And they tried to beat us in submission, that we may not do what we knew we was capable of doing. And that's what they're doing throughout the generations now. I mean, they beat our black men by telling them they wasn't nothing. They took them out of our households because they couldn't live with us, because we needed support or help, because they wouldn't give us jobs. And then once they took them out of our households, they put them in jail and took them away from the family.
That's right.
And so we have to remember that was a ploy to make us forget where we came from, who you are and whose you are. And I keep saying that because I don't want you to forget who you are.
Yes.
I don't want you to forget where you came from. I don't want you to forget where you can go. So it became much, much more to me than just the black sheep of the family. It became the black sheep of the world. I ain't even gonna say the United States, of the world. And how much we can do and how much we can get out of what we do. And so we have to lift ourselves up. We're going back to the building blocks. We have to build ourselves up. We We have to build our sisters, our brothers, our cousins, our aunties, uncles,
Yes.
our neighbors. We got to build them up when we see them weak. We got to remind them who they are. We got to
Yes.
let them know that
Mm.
we're there to pick them up when they need picking up, because we're going to build this world back over, baby.
Mm.
And it's
Yeah.
going to be the blessings of the black sheep.
I know that's
It
right.
ain't going to be no curse no more. It's going to be the blessings of the
Mm.
black sheep. Okay, I
Yes.
know I've been talking, and I know you may have some more questions or something.
Look, that is what the show is about. Sometimes it doesn't need a whole lot of questions because, you are telling your experience. I just want to ask little questions here and there.
Oh,
Or the audience can ask questions. By the way, I've been putting up comments from the audience, from our watchers and viewers.
mm-hmm.
So people in the comment, you can also put questions for Miss Ernestine Battles in if you have them, and we will certainly ask them of her. Now, I do have questions,
Mm-hmm.
or responses, comments, and questions. So I totally agree about being labeled, first of all, what you said at first, being labeled black as a negative thing, and then them naming everything therefore, when it was called black, it was a bad connotation on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um so that is definitely true. The way you tie that into them tearing us down and the building blocks, come on. Come on.
Yeah, we got they. Mm-hmm.
I
They
mean,
knocked our blocks down. You know, it's
yeah,
like kids playing. They play,
absolutely.
you build, they knock them down. But we got to build them back up, and we
We
got to
gotta
build them
do
up
it.
together.
We have to do it. And the best part, well, all of it was the best part, but one of the things that stuck out to me is you said, not only do we ourselves have to do the building blocks, but we as a community have to do the building blocks as the black community. But not only as the black community do we need to build the building blocks, but when someone is having trouble with their load, we are to support them. We are to help them. And if they need knowledge, we are to share our wisdom with them. So that was amazing. There was so many gems in what you just shared. I mean, you are giving all the words. Okay. Natalie says, come on for the history lesson. Yes. So my question to you is, with all of the things happening, that all of us see in the news lately, about the terrorists who attacked the Capitol, and this is words from a black woman's experience, and we keep it real. So white people that stormed the Capitol because they was upset about something, and then didn't think there were going to be any consequences. So I want to tie that into the blessings of a black sheep and what you were saying about how they try to tear us down, how we come from kings and queens. And I think, and I want your response on this,
Okay.
that not only were we deprogrammed or reprogrammed from thinking that we were greatness, we were, people, we are the people who invented math, science, you know what I'm saying? They still can't figure out how to build the pyramids. Still can't figure it out. Because that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that all day, but you know what it is. So even though they reconditioned us, because originally people from Greek, and other people, European and all of that, came to Africa
Mm-hmm.
to learn from us. So do you think somewhere in that reprogramming of us, there was also a reprogramming of them? So
Uh,
now we get to the place where they're at the place where they literally um feel that, we are, not that they didn't feel it before, because one of the things I said about Martin Luther King is that, since his work, we've come so far, but we're also at the same place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
we've come so far, but we're still where we started. But yeah, so that's my thing. Is do you think that there was also some white conditioning? So what I mean is, we were taught to be down, but they were taught to be higher. So
Of
now
course.
it's like, you all don't matter. What equality? But even more than that, even take it off of us, right? So these white people, as Kevin on stage say, that stormed the Capitol, that are the terrorists. The thing that they did was they totally, totally expected no consequences. So that is not even a them attacking us thing. That is a self-contained thing of privilege. So it's like when you say the black sheep and how that connects to us, um, they not only think that we're the black sheep, we're disgrace, but they think because they're the white sheep that that's going to stop them from being slaughtered at the slaughterhouse. You know what I'm saying? It's going to
Of
stop them
course.
from being lamb chops because they the white sheep, but we can get eaten all day because we're the black sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when the slaughter comes, I should say, when the slaughter comes, they're like, "What do you mean slaughter? I'm the white sheep." When it's like, no, it's the same. You're the same kind of sheep.
Well, I feel about that is that just as they try to condition us to belittle us, to make us feel like we wasn't nothing, of course they build themselves up thinking that they are the all. I mean, everything they run it. I'm better than you. I run this, and it doesn't matter what how high they are on the totem pole or how low they are on the totem pole. Because of their color, they believe that they are more than us, and they were taught that when children are born, babies, white, black, Chinese, Puerto Rican, whatever you are, you can put all of them children in a room together, and all they know is each other. They're gonna play with each other, they're gonna love on each other, they're gonna cry with each other. They're gonna do this with each other.
Absolutely.
It's the it's what we put into them is what they learn.
Mm-hmm.
So once, if we have people saying black people are mean, black people are evil, they're bad, they steal from you, they're breaking your stuff, they'll take your stuff, and this is all, you're better than them, you're smarter
Mm-hmm.
than them. If this is all they're hearing from birth, then
Mm-hmm.
this is what they feel is
Mm.
correct to
Yes.
them.
Yes.
If we're hearing from our parents that you can do anything that you put forth to you are smart, you are intelligent, you are, and then we believe that we are. We
Absolutely.
believe that we are, and then we go into the white world and hear that we're not,
Mm,
and hear that we cannot do things, and hear that if we're walking down the white street, that
doesn't
we
matter.
get arrested
Mm,
because you are better than me. It doesn't matter if that street is paved with gold, if
mm,
that street is a dirt road.
mm,
It does not matter because they were told that they are better
mm.
than us
Yes.
because of their color and our color. But let me tell you something. Blood is red,
Mm.
and if you
You
cut me,
bleed. Mm,
and we cut them,
mhm.
it's still gonna bleed
Blood.
red.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It takes an amount of oxygen
Mm,
to make it that way.
mm,
It flows from my heart, pumping my blood from my head to my toes, just
mm.
the way it is in their bodies.
Absolutely.
So even though we telling our people, even though we telling our children, even though we standing up for ourselves, now we have to make the world better by understanding that they cannot pull us down, they cannot send us to jail, they cannot kill us in the streets when we do nothing.
Mm.
So now they are being accountable to what they have to do. You storm the um, um, Senate.
Capital.
What they storm the Capitol.
Capital.
You storm the Capitol. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If that had been us, we
Dead.
wouldn't have made it
Not at
up
all.
the stairs.
Dead on arrival.
They would have took us out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they should be accountable for what they do,
Absolutely.
as well as if it was us, we should be accountable for what we do.
Absolutely. And it should be fair and
Right.
equal.
It shouldn't be a black law and a white law.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
should be you, the people of the
Mm.
United States of America,
Absolutely.
as
Ab-
one,
Absolutely.
not as a white and a black.
Absolutely.
So, yes, they should be accountable for what they do.
Yes.
Yes,
Um,
they're surprised because they was taught that they are the better race.
absolutely.
So
Ab-
they're surprised that they getting them. They were bold. They weren't hiding themselves. They were not hiding themselves. They were showing who they were because they figured they would get off with it. Now let's see if and when and how they'll get some time
mm,
for what they done.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an absolute pleasure. I have learned so much. I am inspired. I know the audience is inspired. I know the people that's gonna watch the replay are gonna be inspired. I hope this message goes from sea to shining sea, because this is so important for people to hear. And I
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you so much for
You. Thank
being our
you.
guest on Words from a Black Woman Experience. Now, I want you to take the time to tell us where we can find you, what things you have coming up, all of the info.
Okay. You can find me at Ernestine Battles uh, on Facebook, Ernestine Battles at yahoo.com. You can find me at Ernestine Battles on uh, uh, uh,
Instagram,
Instagram. Yeah, at Instagram and at on Google. On
Yes.
Google. All of that. Ernestine Battles. Look for Ernestine Battles. And I have Love is Rooted in Happiness
Mm-hmm.
is under Love is Rooted in Happiness is a mother's love. A mother love come on every 2 weeks on a Wednesday. This Wednesday will be our week that we will be live on Facebook. A mother's love. I would appreciate if all of you guys can join us. Come
Yeah.
in. It is a place where parents can share their thoughts and that they may learn from each other, lean on each other, and help each other and
Yeah.
love each other. We're
Yes.
trying to better ourselves and our children in any way that we can. And as I said, we have to remember who we are, whose we are, and where we are. And we have to love one another in order to build them building blocks back up that was tore down. So that's my job. That's what I try to do. And that is what I am trying to be successful is to help and love one another. And again, we must not forget that today was Martin Luther King Celebration Day. And this day is a great day to remind us about them black sheep blessings because he was truly a blessing to us as he marched and even gave his life that we may see more light and walk in abundance.
Mm.
Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget about your ancestors. Don't forget about your grandmothers and your great grandfathers and stuff that fought and that walked and that taught you what to do right now in 2021. Stay
Yeah.
safe out there, you guys. We're still in a pandemic. Love
Mm.
each other, cover each other, and be safe.
Oh
And
wow.
I think that's all I got to say. And to thank you again for allowing me to be on your show and speak with everyone. And I just feel grateful that you invited me.
Oh, of course, of course. I would just like to say that this is very new for my mom, Ernestine, because
Mhm.
she is not used to being in the spotlight. She is not. She says she don't like speaking, public speaking. She also says that I don't know. I'm just doing this. I ain't. But every time I have ever heard her speak, every time I have seen her do her thing on camera, give a speech at a award show, at an event, on the spot, practice, what have you. She has killed it every time. She has been confident. She has dropped gems. She has been um um uh, sincere. She has been so sincere with her words. And I just would like the time to say, you are amazing. You are amazing. You are so talented and so gifted. You are amazing. You are intelligent. You come from greatness and you can do whatever you want to do. Um, and I also would like to say she's always telling us, "Girl, you do that." Child, we see where we get it from. Now they see where we get it from. And I
I
am
I
so
am
happy.
a behind the scenes person. This is new. This
Well,
is
now
so
you're a
very new.
camera person.
And I'm just grateful to God that He allowed me to be able to do these things.
Yeah.
So They're pushing their mother on like I pushed them on. So I guess it's my turn.
Yes, ma'am. All right, to close out the show, I just want to give some information on me. Like I said, my name is Cherlnell Lane. You can find me on Facebook at bit.ly/Cherlnell Facebook, YouTube bit.ly/Cherlnell YouTube. Same thing with Twitter, same thing with Instagram, same thing with LinkedIn. My website is Cherlnell.com, and my email is Cherlnell at Cherlnell.com. Please, if you want to be a guest on the show, if you have questions about the show, if you want to nominate somebody else to be on the show, please email me at Cherlnell@Cherlnell.com. That is Cherlnell. Again, that's Cherlnell. Thank you so much. Join us next week, same time, same place, Mondays at 6 p.m. Central for another episode of Words from a Black Woman's Experience. I see you later. Bye bye.
See ya.